chasing. That is something he does do often at the big league level. And Yamamoto has a chance to get out of this inning unscathed as he gets closer and closer to the end of his line. Tovar protects the plate and grounds it foul.
If I'm Yamamoto, I just bounce another curveball. He's shown he'll chase it. Tovar will. It's slower right there. He was on that slider because it had more velocity. If you can bounce in one of those slow curveballs, I feel like Tovar would chase.
Another 1-2. Goes down swinging away from Wakatsuki, but he'll apply the tag, and that'll retire the side. And a little bit of a sigh of relief from Yamamoto as he gets out of the third with nothing doing. And Shohei Ohtani will bat in the Japanese third. He floats a slider, just lands outside. He's got such a great mix. 6-pitch mix last year, as we showed you earlier. That slider is the rarest pitch in his arsenal, but he can bust it out and get some swings and misses on it too. Back to a fastball, and it's foul. It is 10 p.m. Eastern time here in Miami. It is also 10 p.m. in Caracas in Venezuela. It is 11 a.m. Sunday morning in Tokyo now, 13 hours ahead of the Eastern time zone of the United States. Tokyo have risen with the sun to watch this game, prepare for it. Japan tries to go 6 for 6 to the semifinals. Been to the semis in every tournament so far, winning it a record 3 times. The Dominican Republic has a title, as does the United States. Payoff pitch to Genda, and he draws a walk. Second walk issued by Suarez, and the leadoff man is aboard here in the third for Japan. And don't forget who's looming now on deck.
Well, here's an interesting thing about Japan. Normally they would bunt. They've always liked to bunt and use small ball a little bit, but with Shohei hitting behind them, I don't know that you do that, because then you open it up to where they can just intentionally walk Shohei.
Wakatsuki does show bunt. The Japanese catcher pulls back and takes a ball. You see the third baseman in Garcia crashing. The other interesting note that we heard from the Japanese manager Hirokazu Ibata through his interpreter Shingo Ori was, we would like to slug a little bit if possible. We have a lineup that's built for it.
He did that with Shohei.
Exactly.
Yeah, my amigo, Johan Santana.
One of the all-time greats. Pitching coach for Team Venezuela. So many memorable moments in Major League Baseball. I still think about that no-hitter he tossed, the first ever in Mets history, about a decade and a half ago. 2
Cy Youngs. One of my all-time favorite teammates, just always happy. What a pitcher.
He's got a really good pitching staff that only allowed 12 runs in that vaunted Pool D during pool play in their 4 games. After the conference, after Wakatsuki showed bunt, he does it again and lays down a beauty. That is beautiful, fundamental Japanese baseball that moves the man in Genda into scoring position. And back to the top for Shohei Ohtani, who said he loves hitting in this park. I wonder why. They're not even going to bother with him because they know what Ohtani can do anywhere. We know what he did back in September of 24, as our colleague Joe Davis called it, the greatest day in baseball history. 6 for 6, 3 homers, 2 steals, 10 RBIs, and then he opened up the quarterfinal with a home run in this contest too. He'll take first base on the intentional walk.
No chance he was going to. No chance he was going to get the hit right there, and that's why I questioned whether they would bunt right there, and they did. And now Shohei's telling the Venezuelans, hey, give me a chance, guys.
Why wouldn't you give me a shot? Did I do something wrong? Now 2 aboard for Sato. He swings at the first Suarez offering. This is a power hitter. In fact, this is the Central League MVP a year ago who led the league in homers and RBI. fellow Hanshin Tiger.
One thing about Ranger Suarez in these 3 innings, he has not been able to really land that changeup. It has been mostly sinkers that he's had to throw. He's thrown a few good sliders, but that changeup, which we've come to know him for, he has not been able to command at all.
Morishita bounces it foul, 1-1. Great season last year for the Tigers. Top 5 in homers, RBIs, runs, hits, and games played. A durable one. It's Morishita taken outside on that change. There's another one of those changeups that really hasn't sailed where Suarez wants it to yet.
He's had trouble the entire night from the first inning on, really throwing that changeup where he wants it.
Angel Serpa loosening as well. Popped up by Morishita. Get out of play, and it's 2-2. He's a Golden Glove winner as well. As we said, you hate to lose Suzuki if you're Team Japan, but not a massive drop-off at the plate nor in the field with Morishita. Midfield takes a step back on a 2-2. And he lifts one deep to left field. Abreu raging back. This ball is gone! And Japan takes the lead. Off the bench, Morishita delivers. Yoshida takes a strike. Every young kid growing up in Japan hopes that he gets the opportunity to do what Morishita just did. Called upon due to injury, step up for your country and slam a 3-run shot. Ground ball off the bat of Yoshida, picked up by Torres, and there's the second out of the 3rd inning.
A bad changeup. I just kept talking about the changeup. That's a bad changeup. He wants it down and away. He kind of floats it down and in. Little yank. And Morishita does not miss it. He knew it right away. Right off the bat, he knew that was a home run. Japanese bench knew it was a home run. Watch him. Battled to get in. He beats it to the spot. Rips it down the left field line, and Japan is in business again.
There's Murakami taken high and away. 3 homers, 5 doubles. Yeah, the fireworks aplenty on a late night start in Miami. Another one outside from Bizzardo. 2-0 on Murakami.
By the way, we're in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, we got a long way to go, my man. We are here for it. It was Ibata. Big cut there on a 3-0. He had the green light going with a man at second and 2 out in this 3rd inning. Part of the awesome atmosphere here at Lone Depot Park tonight. Check on second, and back to the bag goes Okamoto. We asked Hirokazu Ibata about it. He said, we're prepared for the noise. We know what this atmosphere is like. We know how great the Venezuelan crowd is going to be. On the ground to second. Picked up by Torres. And that'll retire the side. The Japanese have shown no intimidation. Not that we expected them to, especially with Otani at the top of the order. All smiles as the Japanese and 1 out. I mean, wouldn't shock you, would it, with Yamamoto, considering the accomplishments of the World Series last year? A guy who clearly was willing, ready, and able to come in on back-to-back nights and close out a second straight Dodgers title for Dave Roberts. Abreu, he'll take a strike. Absolutely incredible stuff. Complete game in Game 2 where he retired the final 20 batters. Came back in Game 6, got another victory, and then the next night 2 2/3 on 34 pitches in that phenomenal extra inning Game 7. And he gets a splitter to tail away from a swinging Abreu.
Give him a lead, he turns it up a notch. It's really is it's tremendous what he does, and what he did in the World Series after the Game 6 performance and coming back in Game 7 the next day. There wasn't even a break in between. It was the next day.
1-2 pitch, waved on and missed. And now feeling confident with that splitter. 2 up and 2 down in the 4th. Back to that incredible postseason run. The final double play to end it.
An amazing way to end an incredible, absolutely incredible, not only World Series, but postseason. Adam, you and I, we had the Detroit-Seattle series that went extra innings in Game 5. Then the ALCS was incredible, and then the World Series. Just an amazing postseason. Yamamoto just told his manager to beat it, by the way. He just said, I'm finishing this inning. And he told all his infielders, don't even bother coming in here. I'm finishing this inning.
And the limit is 80 in the quarterfinals. We weren't expecting more than 65. He may get out of this inning right around 65 or 70 if he gets Perez quickly. And he is ahead, 0-1.
Well, this is his last batter, no matter what.
Yep.
But he wants to get Salvador Perez out so he can walk off the mound on a positive note and look at his teammates and say, we can do this, boys.
Facing the Venezuelan captain, Salvador Perez. And it's a ball and a strike. Fujihara, who's already gotten up to loosen, will seemingly be the next man. You do see the left-hander as well in Sumida, who was also loosening up earlier. So it'll be matchup based going forward. Big cut. You saw the run on that sinker, getting Perez to swing and miss to the pleasure of Ohtani. Lees off that tough curve. Yamamoto looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. Will likely come in his final inning of the night. Trying to get a strike to put away Perez. Good at bat here from Sal as he takes a splitter low to run it full.
I can't imagine he challenges him with anything but a split or a slider or something going away from him. Salvi still at his age is a great fastball hitter. If you make a mistake, he can do damage. I would expect this to be some sort of off-speed pitch.
Payoff pitch to Perez is fouled back. And who's hit 303 major league home runs. Eugenio Suarez, his teammate Andres Galarraga, third. You see Yamamoto getting a lot of congratulations after a somewhat rocky start. Man, and he closed strong.
He did. The last inning was his best inning by far. A quick inning, and again, that's what ace pitchers do, though. You give him a lead, he says, give me one more inning, Skip. He goes out there and does it, as we have a new pitcher here for the Venezuela.
Is Emmanuel de Jesus. And he pours in a first pitch strike to Shugo Maki, the second baseman. Quickly ahead, 0-2. De Jesus tossed 5 innings for the victory against Israel. He was the starter in the second game in pool play for this group. It was part of the biggest Venezuela win in pool play of their 3. Back, and it's still 0-2 on Maki.
Well, someone's going to have to give them some sort of innings for the Venezuelan team, as can't put their spirits down. They don't care about the score. They're having fun.
Popped up by Maki into right. Cunha coming on is there for the first out. De Jesus, a AAA prospect for the Detroit Tigers, just 29 years of age, from Valencia, Venezuela, in his second WBC. Just signed that minor league deal with Detroit after spending the last couple of years in Korea. Here's the shortstop, Gendo, who's walked and scored. Got that lefty out there to contend with all the solid lefties in this Japan lineup.
That's why a lot of people thought Ranger Suarez would be a good matchup against this Japanese team, because of the lefties in the lineup. But he didn't throw enough strikes. He fell behind a lot of hitters, and he find his changeup, and that is very un-Ranger Suarez-like.
Morishita had the big blow in that 4-run third. Another foul by Genda. Still fighting them away, and it's 1-2. He is one. Seven straight Pacific League Golden Glove awards. Same deal as the Gold Glove. Best defensive player at that position. He's a great shortstop. Did not win it last year. Had his streak broken.
One thing I love about Japanese baseball is watch the way they're at bats. They don't strike out a lot. They put the ball in play most of the time. And you can see right here with Genda, he's just trying to put the ball in play any way he can. Tough lefty into Jesus.
And he finally gets one through. After he fouled a few away, he bangs one up the middle for a base hit. He's been aboard twice. First non-extra base hit of the game. First single we have in this contest.
What's he doing? What is he doing? A little sinker. He just stays on it, left on left, shoots it up the middle. Now we know he's not bunting.
And 8 hits, all of them for extra bases, until that one-out single from Genda to set it up for Wakatsuki, who had a sacrifice in the third. You hear a lot about Japanese baseball. Discipline, tactical. They don't slug maybe as much as some other teams in this field do, but as we talked about, Hirokazu Ibata wanted that slug. And in this tournament, they've had it. 3 home runs from Ohtani, a couple from Suzuki, 1 from Morishita tonight, 2 from Masataka Yoshida. But a good power fest for Japan in this tournament thus far. Wakatsuki ahead 2-0 on to Jesus. 3-0. Along with that comes the regal and disciplined nature of how Japanese baseball has operated for more than a century. Such a wonderful mix.
They figured out how to slug. Because you look at some of their stars that we have over in Major League Baseball now. Ohtani, slug. Suzuki is a slugger. Murakami is supposed to be a slugger when he gets to the White Sox, right? Yamamoto is supposed to be a slugger. They've figured out. Now, they've always played a little different baseball, a little more contact-oriented, a little more hitting and running, a little more bunting, a little more small ball defense. They've figured out how to slug. The ones that can do it really can do it.
These fans that have come from Tokyo, from all over Japan to watch it, they've been loving it. Now, 9-hitter draws the walk. That's Kenya Wakatsuki. 2 aboard with 1 out in the 4th. And back to the top of the order for Ohtani, who was intentionally walked in the 3rd. After in the 1st inning, he tied this game.
No words. Slider didn't do much, stayed inside. Big moment. 114 miles an hour, 420 27 feet, homer in every ballpark, including the Tokyo Dome.
Oh, and he was looking for another there, and right in the wheelhouse. High fastball, top of the zone. These fans are all anticipating something special, too, from Ohtani.
Honestly, if you're going to get him out, you got to get him out up there. If you throw it down, throws that ball another foot down, that ball might be another homer.
There goes up to start, lowers it down with the cutter, and quickly ahead. 0-2 of Ohtani is De Jesus.
A little nice cutter off the high fastball. Now he's ahead. Doesn't mean anything, because if you make a mistake, Ohtani's still dangerous with 2 strikes.
It's off 1-2. Stories of Ohtani legendary coming out of Japan. Put a ball through the roof at the Tokyo Dome at one point before he came to the major leagues. Oof, that was coming up and in, and a defensive swing fights that fastball off.
Adam, you know how you're an amazing baseball player? Besides being able to foul off this fastball up and in, off his knuckles. But when he took BP today, the entire Venezuelan team was out there watching.
Yep.
Every ball he hit, the crowd was oohing and awing. When you get a team like Venezuela to come out and watch you take BP, you know you're special.
Is the first time that Ohtani has struck out in the tournament. It's the second out of the fourth, and here is Sato. Still 2 on and 2 out. Fouled away.
Just a filthy cutter. Slider, horizontal movement. Ohtani's head was in it, but his heart really wasn't. You see him open up and everything going to first base. Like you said, on the first time Ohtani's punched out in this tournament, it's a big one for Venezuela.
Sato was thinking about swinging. He held back and took a high strike. A chance for Sato to get out of this inning with 2 aboard. De Jesus back, beg your pardon. De Jesus debuted in the majors with the Miami Marlins a few years ago before going over to Korea. 2 on, 2 out in the fourth, and a 1-2 pitch. Bouncing ball foul.
Jesus has got a chance to get some momentum back here in Venezuela. The crowd is trying to get back into it here. They all yell the ponche, ponche when he gets to 2 strikes. If he can get out of this, he gets Ohtani, he gets Sato here. Maybe a little momentum, a little hope for Venezuela.
Comes out of this Japanese bullpen, got a victory already in this tournament under his belt, and pitched very well in a lengthy outing. 3 innings to get the win against Australia when they moved to 3-0 in pool play. It's a big job here to deal with Churio and then back to the top with Acuna and Garcia. Yamamoto retired the last 6 men he faced. Now gives way to the left-hander in Sumida at 5'9", 167 pounds. 2-0.
Venezuela has to go now. They have to be the next team to score in this game. It's winner take all. They're already down 3. They cannot give up any more runs. De Jesus, great job getting out of it, but here's their chance. They're 2-0 right here on Jackson Churio. You have Acuna on deck, the top of their order. You got to figure out a way to score the next run if you're Venezuela.
Churio struck out his first time on a fastball. Take that fastball high, and he's ahead 3-0. Young star for the Milwaukee Brewers, just turned 22. And in the 2 seasons prior to turning 22 years old, back-to-back 20 homer, 20 steal campaigns. Takes all the way a strike.
You know, one thing that's amazing, I played against the Japanese All-Stars in 2002 with a team from MLB that went over there. They didn't have a lot of guys that could break 90 miles an hour. It was more finesse, more breaking balls. Now the Japanese have Yamamoto 97, 98. Even Sumida here, low mid 90s. They figured out, we mentioned the power, they've also figured out a way to gain velocity.
It's a leadoff walk, though, drawn by Churio, and now Acuna will come to the plate with a man aboard and nobody out in the 5th. First pitch to Acuna. That was a nasty curveball for a strike. Big swooping breaking ball. 21 miles an hour slower than we saw that fastball to Churio that walked him. Check swing from Acuna. That's how he grounded out back in the 2nd after his first inning homer.
Acuna hasn't seen a lot of fastballs anywhere close. Yamamoto has second at bat after hitting the home run. Steady died off speed, then 2 fastballs that weren't strikes, got the check swing, and now we've seen a breaking ball and a changeup here from Sumida. Japan doesn't want to try that fastball trick again because last time went a long ways to right center.
Towards 3rd and foul. Acuna always comes back to winter ball in Venezuela.